Hello, dear viewers. Today I'll be interviewing Mrs. Javik and Mr. Ghazi. So, Mr. Ghazi, the first question: how is the weather in Africa? How do you explain this?
I like Africa, but this weather too much hot in Africa.
And how about you, Mrs. Javik?
What I would say about the weather of Africa where I come from, that the weather is 50-50. It's not too much hot, it's not too much cold, but very good. It's okay.
Alright, so the next question I have for you, Mrs. Javik, since you're an African woman, and I appreciate that. So, how do you explain the art of the government there?
Come again.
How do you explain the art of the government there?
The art of the government. I would say the art of the government is a bad government. You understand, because they are not acting well. They are acting like a criminals. You understand, because when you say the art of the government need to represent the citizen very well. But I would say the government of Nigeria, they are not trying it because they are not representing the Nigerian citizen. They are there on their own, doing on their own. They don't care for Nigerian citizens. You understand? So their art is very bad. So what they are doing is not good.
Alright, this is so good. Well, I have another question. Mr. Ghazi, how does the hospital treat people there?
And hospital,
Yes, how does the hospital treat people there?
all the hospital in Nigeria bad,
Why?
not good.
Is it because of the doctors? They didn't treat you well, they didn't give you the right medicines?
No doctor, no good.
Alright, how about you, Mrs. Javik? How's the same?
Yeah, I would love to say what Mr. Ghazi said is truth, because in a country where you are, you have to have facility and hospital, good hospital. When there is not good facility, things cannot work well in this way. You understand? So I see reason in what he's saying is truth. You understand? Our Nigerian government, they are not trying in aspect of hospital aspects. You understand? Things are not going well in the hospital. They are not okay in that area.
I've heard that they also gave some small children an expired medicines. Is that true?
But I will not say what I don't know, because we have that as a NAFDAC there, that people that control about our health of medicine. You understand? But that is when you see medicine is when you apply, if they are giving the fake drug or the right drug. You understand? Because there is no facility that is working at all.
Alright. Well, I have another question. Does the trash man take the trash out? Because I've seen many streets that's full of trash, and there's many small children that can't breathe well because the air there is smelling bad because of the trash, and mosquitoes are much there. So how do you explain this, Mrs. Javik?
Yeah, I will say that the government are not trying in that aspect, because they are not doing their they are not doing their job. You understand? Things that is being this trash all over Lagos and everywhere in Nigeria, their things are very, very bad, because I would say this trash is the one causing the malaria, the bacteria that people are, as in the infection that people are getting is from this dirty. So if Nigerian government will try to take a look of all this trash in the streets, in the roads, it's very, very bad, because it's not healthy.
Alright, so Mr. Ghazi, well, why does small children be outside asking other people for money and food? Little children goes to people and ask them for food. Why?
Because the people they don't have money.
Because they don't work.
No
Exactly.
Work, no work in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's hard to find a work. How about you, Mrs. Javik? How do you explain this?
I would say because the Nigerian government, they are not taking care of the citizen of Nigerian very well. So the Nigerian citizen, they are suffering, you understand, because there is no job, there is nothing, there is no facility that is working in Nigeria. When there is company, there will be work, there will be money for you to buy something to eat. So things are not working well. That's why you see all those children in the street begging for money to search to give their family so that they can be able to eat.